We've got some more news about Greenland. Check out this article. Denmark in crisis mode after horrendous phone call from Trump demanding to buy Greenland. This is in the Telegraph. Let me read a little bit of this for you. Denmark is in, quote, crisis mode after Donald Trump made a direct play for Greenland in a, quote, horrendous phone call with the country's prime minister. The U.S. president spoke to Mette Frederiksen, and please forgive me if I'm butchering the name, the Danish premier, for 45 minutes last week and made clear he wanted to place Greenland under American control. The autonomous Arctic territory has been owned by Denmark since 1814, but Mr. Trump thinks it would be a valuable asset in the U.S.'s strategic competition against Russia and China. Ms. Frederiksen told him in their phone call last week that despite his, quote, big interest, Greenland was not for sale. This according to the Financial Times. Mr. Trump then became, quote, aggressive, according to the newspaper, and threatened to impose tariffs on Denmark unless Greenland was sold to the U.S. Then the call came after Mr. Trump refused to rule out using military force to take Greenland in a press conference on January 7th, arguing that it was a matter of national security that the U.S. gained an Arctic base. Denmark, like we need to actually take ownership of Greenland to have a base there. By the way, we already do have a base there, right? They are an ally. Denmark is an ally. If it was really in our strategic national interest, I bet that they would allow us to put up another base. Because you know what? If it's in our national security interest, it would also be in their national security interest. And I'm sure they would love to have a NATO ally, the United States, with another base close to them. Whatever. Denmark repeatedly ruled out selling Greenland and argues that the territory's 57,000 residents should be allowed to decide their nation's political future. A source briefed on the call told the Financial Times that the phone call was, quote, horrendous, while another said that Mr. Trump was, quote, very firm. Denmark was now in crisis over the dispute, fearing massive tariffs on exports to one of its largest trading partners. Quote, the intent was very clear. They want it. The Danes are now in crisis mode. Look, about this threat of tariffs, I hate to say it, but some of you countries, you need to just prepare for this. If Donald Trump imposes tariffs on your country, then just impose tariffs right back. Don't be bullied by this guy. Look, you say that Greenland, which is a massive territory, has been under Danish control since what? I can't find it here. I think it was 1814. You're going to give up control? I mean, you say you're not, and you shouldn't, and I don't think you will. But just hypothetically, you're going to possibly give up control of this massive territory that has been part of your country since 1814 just because this one convicted criminal president who is already a lame duck wants it and threatens tariffs if he doesn't get it? Look, if he puts tariffs on you, you should just suck it up and deal and know that this guy is going to be out of office soon. What you don't want to do is give in to this bully and give up this massive territory for all time. That will be it. You give it up forever. Just because of this one temporary bully, this 78-year-old demented lunatic who is term limited. And by the way, this idea that there's going to be a constitutional amendment to let him run for a third term, horse shit. That's never going to happen. Don't worry about it. I've got a video about that. Check it out if you haven't watched it already. But the idea that you would even consider giving up this massive territory to a bully who's going to be out of office in just a few years, that would be ridiculous. If there is some economic pain imposed on your country, because of this petty criminal bully, well, you might just have to suck it up and deal. But in the long term, it'll be a hell of a lot better for you to stand up to this bully and keep Greenland than to give in to this guy and give up this massive territory for all time. If a Democrat is elected 4 years from now, any tariff that this guy slapped on you will be immediately taken off. So don't give in. Let me continue with this here a little bit. Actually, I'm not going to read anymore. I do want to show you this, though. This dirtbag criminal president of ours posted this on... This is from Twitter. I assume he also posted this on Truth Social. Yeah, there we go. You can see it there. Here is a picture of a Trump Tower photoshopped onto Greenland. There you go. That's what our juvenile bully president posted. When was this? 2019. Really? He posted this back in 2019? Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. He was bullying Greenland back then, making threats, trying to get Greenland back then. So I thought that he had just posted this. He has not. He did not just post it. It's in this article. They went back to this tweet. But anyway, I wouldn't be surprised if he posts something similar to this or reposts this again. This guy is a colossal scumbag. He is a criminal. He is an embarrassment. He is not an ally. Let me get out of there. Stand up to this bully. And other countries around the world, especially our allies, really our allies, our enemies, whatever. But our allies, don't give in to this bully. He does not represent the American people. He represents 49.8% of the people who bothered to vote. That's who he represents. He is the head of a fascist cult that is temporarily in power. He is a lame duck president who will soon be out of power, if he even makes it through the entire term. And I don't think that is a foregone conclusion for any number of reasons could see him not serve the full 4 years. But even if he does, he's out of here in 4 years. Do not make any drastic decisions. Do not give in to this man. Do not, for a second, if you are Denmark, consider giving over your territory to this bully because of these threats. You should follow the lead of some other world leaders who have essentially told Donald Trump to go F himself. That's what you need to do. He is not going to use military action against you. He might put tariffs on you, but that'll be it. And as bad as that could be to your economy, it will be short-lived. And it would be a much bigger blow to your country if you were to give in and hand over this massive and important territory to this piece of garbage who is soon going to be out of office. Don't do that to yourselves. Stand up to this bully. Tell him to go pound sand. All right. That's it. Thank you for watching. Talk to you again soon.